Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the biggest real world application of percents. Okay, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about going to the store, finding stuff on sale and getting discounts, having to pay tax, maybe tips at a restaurant. So we're going to look at using percentages to solve equations today. So we remember from previous lesson how to convert between a percent to decimal and a fraction. Today we're really going to look at if I'm given a word problem with a percent, how do I convert it to a decimal? Because the decimal is going to be more useful than the percent. So some important words for percentage word problems. If they say a percent of, that means multiply. We take the percent, you multiply it by the other number. Is, it's a good indicator that there's an equal sign, that something equals. Sale or discount, the price goes down. And tax, the price goes up. So we really should be able to check our answer. And if we add tax to something, it should be more expensive. So we can check whether our answer is reasonable. So let's look at this example. I have some money. I don't know how much money. I have some money. I give 15% of it to you. See percent, I see of. And it's asking how much do I start with? So I have some money. That means that's my variable. I give you 15% of it. I see a percent. And you now have $10. So 15% I convert to a decimal. 15% of times x is 10. So we need to set up these equations by reading them and converting them to algebraic symbols. So we have 15% of a number is 10. We solve by dividing by 1500ths on both sides and get x is $66.67. Since it's money, we round to two decimal places. And I have to think, does this answer make sense? Well, I started with more money. I gave you some of it. So I started with $66 and I gave you 15% of it. So that's how I solved for how much money I started with. Now we can look at tax. So tax is a percent added on. So this is saying what is 7.5% of 394. So 7.5% of 394 is $29.55. So that's how much tax I paid. Now to find the total cost, I can do it in two steps, where I take the original price and add the tax and get the final price. Or if we want to do it in one step, we can just say that we paid 107.5% because we paid the full price of the bike plus the extra 7.5%. And we can just do one multiplication step and get the same price. Either or is going to work. Now the same is going to be applied to discounts. So I can start with a computer for $1,460 and take 15% off. So I can find 15% of 1460 and get that the discount is 219. I can then subtract it from the original price to get the new sale price. So my 1460 minus 219 get 1241. Or instead of paying 100%, I am only paying 15% less. So I'm paying 85% of my total and I get the same 1241. So in these sales problems, the tax problems, there's multiple ways to do it, depending on whether you want to find the answer right away, the final answer, or you want to do the intermediate step. And this is how we apply sales tax and discounts to items.